as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, hey, hey.
Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King, and what a pleasure to welcome in person to the programme none other than Lucy Pardoe. Now, Lucy and Ollie really hit the headlines big time at the beginning of lockdown because they started Rock the Lockdown. And I dare anyone to say they didn't spend that first Saturday night sitting there, locked in our houses, not knowing what was going on. And suddenly, so many of us found our way to that page.
Yeah.
How did it start, Lucy? Let's just quickly do a recap.
Well, the fabulous Ollie Hughes, my partner, had the great notion that we should create a one-off event to just entertain people during lockdown. He was really inspired with Live 8 and Live Aid, so that was the plan, mainly with all the guys on the Costa del Sol, because we are a singing duo here called Rock of the Ages, and we just wanted to entertain people, and it just went massive.
But I mean, massive. I mean, like, massive.
Yeah, that one turned into 2, turned into 5 weekends in a row, turned into 800, at the peak of 874,000 members.
I mean, but it went so quickly.
Yes,
from
very
being
quickly.
a small group to from all over the world, people
Yeah.
joining in. Explain a bit the philosophy, because after a couple of weeks, I mean, you just had so many people
Yes.
wanting to participate because
Absolutely.
your page had such massive diffusion.
And I think even at the beginning, before the hundreds of thousands of members, people felt a bit isolated. And I think that is what made it grow so much. You know, people were on their own, and acts from all around the world. So we had acts from Australia, from Africa, from America, from Spain, from England, and it was amazing, and really, really amazing.
The organisation that went with it, I'm sure, was not on Ollie's mind when he came up with
No.
this great idea, because that must have been madness. Just
Huge.
administering, I don't know if that word exists in English, but the administration
Yes.
of the members, allowing the members, checking the posts of the members,
Yeah.
whether they're suitable posts, if they're
Yeah.
appropriate.
It was a huge task, and we are very, very lucky. Our good friend and our business partner, Stephen Richards, came on board and helped do that side of it. And we ended up with a team, I think, at the peak of 11 admin people to help us, all volunteers, all doing it. And then as we've moved on, you know, some left and some, it's now basically 3 of us. So me, Ollie and Stephen.
But it was a great concept. It's something that you're carrying through now
Yeah.
and taking it a step further.
Yes.
You're launching, I wanted to say a single, but can you even say that anymore? A record?
Yeah.
A recording? I mean, how does
Yeah, so a charity single.
A CD?
A charity single.
A single for charity. Tell
We
us a bit
are.
about the concept.
So we've gone for the amazing song "The Show Must Go On" because it's so important to us artists at the moment. It's a really tough time for artists. You know, we're losing all of our work, and trying to keep that positivity that it will go on. The show will go on. It might not go on tomorrow, but it will go on soon. So we were extremely blessed. We have 24 incredible artists of all. It was created during full lockdown, so everyone recorded their bit in their home, and then our fabulous friend Rich Reed edited it all together, put the video together, and yeah, it's amazing. We've had Sony Records have signed up on it, so they said no initially, and then we fought them, and yeah, they've allowed us to distribute it. So they hold all the rights, but all the proceeds go to charity.
Which
So
charity have you chosen?
we've got 2 fabulous charities, Musician's Mind, that was one of, and then a big cancer charity in the UK, so it's going to go the other half.
So do you guys live here or in the UK?
Yeah.
You live here all the time?
Full time, yeah.
But you have a lot of ties back in the UK.
Yeah,
'cause-
we do, and also I'd say about 80% of our audience are in the UK as well. So we wanted to make sure that.
Well, it's funny that I know you're English, but you live here.
Yeah.
You work here, you perform here, and yet you still have such a good
Yeah.
following back in the back home.
Yeah, it is really amazing. So we just really want to create the single and make some money for them. It's such an amazing single. If you go onto the Rock the Lockdown Facebook page, you can see the links there. and it has, you know, a little teaser. It's out for pre-release now. It's only 99¢, 99p, whether it's UK or, and yeah, it's out Friday.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank
I mean, that's
you.
absolutely fabulous. And it's nice that people have ideas, but not just have ideas, to follow them through, particularly when I imagine things are quite trying for you now. If you live off your art, with the state of restaurants closing, that are normally open this time of year, with our new restrictions coming in, everything's closing earlier. How do you think you guys are going to see this from? Is there any way we can help in general the public to make this easier for all you entertainers that we live here, a lot of us, because of you guys?
Yeah, I think just getting behind each other. And I think, you know, if like us, we are doing the single, don't think someone else will buy it. Think, do you know what, it's going to be amazing, I'll buy it. You know, if there is someone doing a gig, go watch it. If there is a venue putting on music, go and do that. I mean, we've got ourselves full-time jobs now. So we are working at the Foucault, which is opening tomorrow, and we're opening it. So we're going to be down there singing tomorrow as well. So
fabulous.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, right? It's just getting out there,
Absolutely.
getting in it and being seen, because the worst thing I think people could do, if you're allowed out, is to stay in.
Yes.
And that, again, social media presence has changed your lives completely.
Massively.
In the sense from, instead of disappearing off the scene, you have become the scene. And I think that is a big inspiration for others, that it's not locked in and you're down and out, the opposite.
Yeah, you've got to still feel connected, and if you can't be with someone physically, you can, you know, be online, and it is a difficult world. I mean, Facebook have their restrictions now, which is we've had to slightly move away from the Facebook page. We created our own website, which is www.rocktld.rocks, and we're going to follow it on there because, you know, Facebook wasn't really geared up to do all this music scene, so understandably they're having some issues and pages are getting lost.
No, I saw that Zoe Louise's page has disappeared.
Just gone.
What is that all about? Poor girl.
Yeah, so we've created this so that people can move on and the artists can get paid from it. They can sell their music there, they can sell their tickets when we have concerts. And
so the Facebook's kind of done you a favour.
Massively.
Opened up the way, but showed you that's not the way to carry on. So now it is go to a website, and you will be then promoting other artists as well through this?
Massively.
Same philosophy?
Exactly the same, just for other artists. We're still keeping the Facebook page because we can still promote on it, so we can still let people know what we're doing, but we're going to move all the live music and the posting to our website so that we don't have any problems with it being blocked or the Facebook group being shut down. So.
Right, because if you're singing covers or anything, any music that's recognised,
it's a bit of a grey area, it's, I mean, we did our promo of our single, which is licensed. We have the license to it. We sent it to Facebook and it still got blocked because it is just, you know, bots and things. They don't know for sure what is and isn't, so...
Yeah, it makes it that little bit harder
it's
to
tricky.
really think you're getting there, and
Absolutely.
another challenge comes in. But you seem to be up for all the challenges.
Oh, always.
Just growing, getting bigger and
Do something else.
stronger. Well,
For sure.
Absolutely fabulous. It's so lovely to see you
I know,
again, and
it's lovely to
actually
see you.
in person. Because like following all the gigs, following the page, and then chatting online during the lockdown when you were literally at the peak of the viral push of Rock the Lockdown. I mean, it was just so awesome.
Yeah, amazing.
Well, we're going to do by the art of magic. Going to say thank you so much to Lucy for joining us, but don't go away, because I'm going to be back in a moment with the other half, with Ollie.
When I'm the designated driver, I think it's only fair that I get to choose a zero-hero venue that rewards me with free soft drinks. My friends all get to choose and booze, and they feel safe going home with me. Make sure that you get your reward for being the designated driver. Why pay if you don't have to?
Judy likes to consider herself a clever young woman, which is why she thought very carefully before choosing her insurance company. Now that she needs it, she's jolly glad she chose Linear Director, as it looks as if she might have something better to do. Why don't you be clever, like Judy? Call Linear Director on 952 14 78 34 and see which policy is best for you.
Hero, welcome to the playwrights.
Hello guys, welcome to Harbor. All the designated drivers are welcome here to the Harbor. And we are very proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
G1 is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
Hi guys, Ross here from Hogan Stand, proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign, and we recommend everybody, nobody drives drinking, everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
Well, if you did as you're told, and you didn't go away, and you're still tuned in, you now get to meet one of my favourite tribute acts. This is Ollie, who does a great Robbie Williams tribute, which I have to say, I mean, I know you're great in your own right, Ollie, and I congratulate you.
Thank you.
But boy, do you do a good Robbie Williams. I mean, I remember seeing you the first time in the Sala in San Pedro.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I got to actually went to dinner for the performance, and I almost lost it. I mean, it was just like, it was as good as seeing him when I went to see him in Madrid.
Oh, wow.
So, I
Thank
mean, I've
you.
seen the real thing, which was, the show was spectacular, the theatre, the performance, his stage presence.
Yeah.
But you really come a good close second.
Thank you very much.
When
Thank
did you realise that you were a good Robbie Williams?
Oh my goodness, I never realised it. I used to play in lots of bands, and this is about 25 years ago, so I've been doing it a long time. And more and more of my friends started saying, you really resemble Robbie Williams, and obviously not at the moment with the beard. Lockdown, and yeah, so it's just one thing led to another, and yeah, ended up being a tribute, and then I was headhunted by an agency in the UK, and yeah, it just exploded.
Yeah, because that's how I heard about you. Get goosebumps. This guy flying him in from the UK.
That's right.
Such a great Robbie Williams. And I have to say, when I think of my Nana, I think of I'm loving angels instead.
song.
And then again, and I'd say, but listening to you sing it, so good. Did you work at the impersonation side, or does it just come when you've heard the records and?
Oh, I've worked on it. Yeah, I've worked on it a lot. Watched many videos. Practically built a shrine. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I've had to study it a lot and adapt the voice a lot, and like a lot of tribute acts have to. But it's a very enjoyable career, and still going now, even with, you know, the way things are at the moment. Yeah, it's going well.
But it's funny because Robbie's not really doing anything at the moment, so it makes you think when you have a tribute act of somebody that a 10-year-old might even not know who he is, kind of thing. It's like, you know, if people don't keep going, do you think Robbie's going to keep going? And what's the inside?
I really hope so. Well, I've noticed that my audience is getting older. I think that's because I'm getting older. But yeah, definitely. I think he'll be a stayer.
I mean, they're just, some of the songs are classics,
Yeah.
without a doubt. I mean, they're just here forever, as will you be. Loving the new incentive together with Lucy to do this charity record. It's very much like We Are the World, but in like new, done different.
Yeah, it is, and it's very, very apt for this, you know, this time. The fact that people have recorded it at home, the fact that we've chosen the specific song that we have, we're hoping is going to create a bit of momentum and obviously make some money for all these charities that we're trying to help. As Lucy mentioned, all proceeds go to charity, which is wonderful. So let's get it to #1.
Yeah.
I
How do we
think
do
so.
that? What do we have to do to get it to #1?
Believe it or not, we need to sell around about 80,000 copies of the single.
Okay, so if we want to buy the single, what do we have to do? It came out just last Friday. It's brand new. It's there. What do we do? Where do we go? How do we get it?
iTunes, Amazon, you can literally get it anywhere.
And the title is?
And the title is The Show Must Go On, RTLD version.
RTLD version.
Yeah.
The show must go on. RTLD version.
Yeah.
Rock the lockdown.
Yeah.
I got it. RTLD. Rock the lockdown. A little bit slow. When you're not rocking the lockdown, you're not Robbie Williams. Who is Ollie? What is you, your genre, your style?
Oh.
What comes out of that mouth and that heart when you're being yourself?
My genre is rock through and through. So yeah, I was brought up with rock music from a very young age. So playing guitar and singing, anything rock, Led Zeppelin, White Snake, Bon Jovi, anything like that, I'm in my element. So yeah.
And do you get much opportunity to play that when you're out? Is there still a call for good rock?
Yeah, surprisingly, and luckily with obviously the page we've had, and has created something, the opportunity for me to do that again, and the bonus of working with Lucy as well, doing it, which is great.
It's nice trying to work with your partner and that you complement each other so well.
I don't know whether she'd agree with that, but yeah. But yeah. No,
how did you two meet? Was it performing on stage, doing a gig, or...?
Lucy came to one of my shows, and we got talking afterwards. She was already performing in her own right and wanted to develop a show. And I said that I wanted to do something, and yeah, one thing led to another, and yeah, she's always looked back since.
I have to say, that English humour of yours is absolutely wonderful, but you're probably telling the truth, so I'm not going to go there. No, it's lovely to see that really when it's right and the chemistry is right, that it just takes you to the places where you are now, both living and loving the Costa del Sol. You really changed everybody's panorama during the lockdown, and I speak for myself. I'm not one to watch music online as such, but I remember sitting there that very first weekend. I don't know how it suddenly came up, because even the fact that it would come up, that we got to hear about it. So many people out there, so many things, but all of us seem to find the link, and I'm realising I'm watching this with people down the road and people up there and people from Malaga. I know them. We were all together.
It's amazing. I mean, even my mum and dad, who are complete tech idiots, they have no idea when it comes to tech. Even they joined Facebook, so to watch obviously our page and follow all the live acts, and it's brought a lot of people together and a lot of positivity. And that was the plan in the inset, you know, to do that. It's great.
Yeah, and it's funny because online, so it's very impersonal, and yet I think a lot of us had some of the most touching personal moments of our lives while we couldn't even like basically get there. So it just goes to show what can be done with goodwill and a little bit of love.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Really, really delighted I get to meet Robbie Williams. I mean, sorry, Ollie. I got me. Ollie and Lucy. Lockdown is just a great philosophy. You've got the website now and the new single that was out last Friday. You can get it on Amazon and Spotify. Buy now. We've just got to get 80,000 more or less copies sold to be #1. Let's do it for Christmas.
Yeah.
Why not? Be a nice
Christmas
present.
#1.
Christmas #1.
Oh.
Christmas #1. Let's do it. Thank you so much and congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much.
Hey, hey.
A pleasure to be back once again with Chef Aitor Peruena of La Rosticceria. Homemade delicious food that you can come pick up and take home. Open every day of the week except Mondays. So very cool. Buenos días, Aitor. ¿Qué tal? How are you?
Buenos días.
What do you have for us today?
Hoy vamos a estar, súper contentos. Vamos a hacer una receta muy de origen francés, pero bueno, que creemos que es una receta pues para poner en los centros de la mesa. Es un plato muy ideal. Vamos a hacer una quiche Lorraine de verduras de otoño, en las cuales pues vamos a usar ingredientes de la temporada.
Look at this, we're going to make a quiche, which is a typically French dish, but a lovely one just to set on the table for everyone to share. And we're going to use autumn vegetables for our vegetable quiche.
Vamos a usar calabaza, brócoli, nabo, zanahoria, coles de Bruselas, un poco de tomate seco, albahaca, espinaca.
I'm trying to think what it is in English. So that's like pumpkin, like little pumpkin. And then you've got broccoli, and what was this white one here? Good carrots, Brussels sprouts, dried tomatoes, spinach.
Espinaca, muy importante, tomate seco.
Very important to have the dried tomato.
Albahaca, muy importante.
The basil, very important. Well, freshly picked from their herb garden.
Un poquito de cebollita,
and
que ya la tenemos
fried
pochada.
Onion already. He calls it his poached onion, but that's already done.
Y luego para el relleno, pues usaremos nata.
He's going to use cream for the filling.
Huevo y queso.
Cheese and fresh eggs.
Bien, pero para esta receta falta algo muy importante, que es la masa.
But very important for this recipe is the pastry itself.
Exacto.
Normally, Aitor makes their own pastry for La Rosticceria, but just to show you how simple to do things at home, he's using a store-bought pastry so we can get the idea. And if you can get this style of quebrada, apparently this is the type of pastry one wants for quiche. So he's putting oil in the
Se
pastry
podría
mold,
añadir mantequilla también.
or you can use butter. And just by putting a little bit of olive oil at the bottom of the pan, I was saying we're already infusing the aromas into the dish.
Colocamos la masa.
And then we're going to just bake this for a few minutes. ¿A qué temperatura?
Lo vamos a meter a 185 grados unos 7 minutos.
185 degrees for about 7 minutes.
Para que la masa no se nos caiga, vamos a hacer lo siguiente. Colocamos un papel de aluminio
so that the pastry doesn't flop and it keeps its shape to then be able to put the filling inside and it holds it. I was putting in silver foil paper, pop the pastry up against the edges, and now he's putting the silver foil in, making sure it's keeping the edges up and then folding it over.
Exacto, ¿ves? Y ahora hay que meterle peso.
And now some weight.
Y usamos siempre garbanzos o algún tipo de legumbre.
Chickpeas are always an ideal way to then keep the weight in and keep that base flat.
Extendemos y con esto hacemos que la masa se quede pegada a la pared.
There you go. By spreading it out, you make sure that the pastry stays against
Estos
the dish.
garbanzos nosotros los guardamos siempre para hacer.
And these chickpeas are ones that Aitor always uses for this.
Bien,
And now into the oven.
8 minutos, vamos a ir viendo.
We'll be keeping our eye on it to see how long. Okay, back in a moment.
Bueno, ya vamos a sacarlo, nos quedan segundos. De acuerdo. Tenemos ya la masa ligeramente horneada, ¿vale? ¿Veis ya cómo está ahí tostado?
Perfect.
Bien, ahí está horneada, perfecta. Ya tenemos la masa horneada, bien alta, para que podamos trabajar la quiche sin problema. La masa de la quiche es muy sencilla. Nata, cada medio litro le vamos a añadir 4 huevos, ¿de acuerdo? Aquí tengo medio litro.
Half liter of cream, 4 eggs. So every half liter of cream, you add 4 eggs.
Le vamos a añadir los huevos. Nosotros aquí en la rosticería usamos huevos pasteurizados, pero en este caso voy a usar huevos frescos para la receta.
He said here they use pasteurized eggs, but for this recipe he's using these.
Le vamos a añadir sal,
Salt,
un poco de pimienta.
a little bit of pepper.
No le voy a añadir ningún sabor raro, pero le podría añadir curry, le podría añadir cúrcuma, pero en
You
este
can
caso
add
no.
curcumine or you could add curry. In fact, you can add anything you like to the basic recipe. And
Queso.
instead of using vegetables like these, anything. This is cheese that he's adding in now to the
Queso
cream.
parmesano.
So Parmesan cheese, 4 eggs beaten into half a litre of cream.
Y batimos.
And he's beating it up. Gently, I
Y
see.
automáticamente vamos a empezar a montar la quiche. Primero le vamos a añadir una base de crema.
First thing he's going to do to set up our quiche is add the cream base. Hence important having the pastry pre-prepared to hold it.
Por eso es importante hornear la masa antes, para que no se nos rompa luego. Y empezamos a colocar,
And now the vegetables.
aparte que esto es precioso, queda rico.
And not only is it going to be delicious, but as Aitor is saying, the visual of the dish is also quite impressive.
Hay un ingrediente aquí muy importante que para mí es fundamental, que son las hojas de albahaca.
Aitor's saying that for him one of the most important ingredients of this dish are the fresh basil leaves.
Esto, luego en la cocción, estas hojas se ablandan
They soften during cooking
y sueltan un aroma impresionante.
and give an amazing aroma.
Y el otro artículo que nos va a dar mucho sabor es este tomate seco,
And these dried tomatoes, he said, are going to give it a particularly unique flavour.
que también tiene un sabor muy muy bueno. Vamos a colocar zanahoria.
How pretty it looks.
¿Está para una foto o no, Nicole?
It is not only for photo, it's good enough to film. Es bastante bien para hasta grabar para la tele.
Espinaca.
And now the spinach, but look how beautifully he's putting it, obviously, because then when it bakes, you will get the same visual effect afterwards, which is why he's taking his time setting everything up. A healthy meal, and again, these vegetables, you can use leftover vegetables from another meal and make a quiche, or you could put anything in you like.
Son todo productos frescos.
All fresh and natural in this instance.
También, muy importante, me encanta siempre trabajar con la cebolla previamente pochada. Me encanta.
He likes to work with onion that he's already like pre-fried. He calls it poached.
Nos da siempre un toque agradable.
It's the softness, I suppose. Es la suavidad que aporta,
Sí,
¿no?
sí,
It's
pero
that softness that when you've prepared it before and
tiene
the
que
flavors
estar
are all
así,
like.
muy pochado, y este aceite es maravilloso.
It's also important the type of olive oil or the oil that you cook with that adds to the
Así
flavor.
podríamos meter lo que quisiéramos.
And I was saying, like, before, you can put anything into a quiche. The most important thing is your base. This lovely cream filling that he's making. But of course, if you're vegan, you can use almond milk or anything else.
Medio litro para un molde.
So half a
Perfecto.
litre of cream with 4 eggs makes one family-sized quiche.
Dejamos así.
Just a little bit of rearranging to make sure it looks
Esparcimos
pretty.
bien.
And there's vegetables in every bite.
Esta grasita es maravillosa y lo vamos a meter con un poquito de queso por encima.
And now he's finishing it off with the Parmesan cheese sprinkled on the top.
Lo vamos a meter en el horno a 150 grados durante 10-11 minutos.
And now it's going in a ¿cuánto? 150?
Sí, a 150.
150 degrees para 10-15 minutos?
Sí.
10 to 15 minutes. Perfect for the centre of the table. And look how quickly we've prepared it. I mean, it really is like a half an hour wonder. I'm back in the oven. See you in 10 minutes.
También, muy importante, me encanta siempre trabajar con la cebolla previamente pochada. Me encanta.
He likes to work with onion that he's already like pre-fried. He calls it poached.
Nos da siempre un toque
But it's-
agradable.
It's the softness, I suppose. Es la suavidad que aporta,
Sí,
¿no?
sí,
It's
pero
that softness that when you've prepared it before and
Tiene
the
que
flavors
estar
are all
así,
like.
muy pochado, y este aceite es maravilloso.
It's also important the type of olive oil or the oil that you cook with that adds to the
Así
flavor.
podríamos meter lo que quisiéramos.
And I was saying, like, before, you can put anything into a quiche. The most important thing is your base. This lovely cream filling that he's making. But of course, if you're vegan, you can use almond milk or anything else.
Medio litro para un molde.
So half a
Perfecto.
litre of cream with 4 eggs makes one family-sized quiche.
Dejamos así.
Just a little bit of rearranging to make sure it looks pretty.
Esparcimos bien.
And there's vegetables in every bite.
Esta grasita es maravillosa y lo vamos a meter con un poquito de queso por encima.
And now he's finishing it off with the Parmesan cheese sprinkled on the top.
Lo vamos a meter en el horno a 150 grados durante 10-11 minutos.
And now it's going in a cuánto? 150?
Sí, a 150.
150 degrees para 10-15 minutos?
Sí.
10 to 15 minutes. And look how quickly we've prepared it. I mean, it really is like a half an hour wonder. I'm back in the oven. It's even 10 minutes. It's on its way. Smells delightful.
Pues todavía le queda un poquito.
It's not
Vale.
set yet. Wow, that looks beautiful. Smells incredible. Look at that. Quick and delicious. A autumn vegetable quiche made with pumpkin and spinach and broccoli and carrots and turnip. Those very important to add in the
Lo podríamos hornear más, pero a mí me
basil.
gusta que quede jugoso, ¿vale?
And also those dried tomatoes he put in, and he said he could cook it more, but he likes it when it's that little bit spongy and juicy. Aitor, maestro, una vez más, thank you once again.
Por favor, un
See you
gusto.
next week.
Y cualquier cosa, si queréis las recetas, nos enviéis un email a info@rosticheriamarbella.com.
We can change if we try.